astrologer Courtney Ingham here. Thank you for joining me for my daily astrology transmissions. Please note, timeframes for the transits mentioned are always in Eastern Standard Time. And here's today's transit transmission. Hello, Astro friends. This is your weekly overview for Monday, May 29th through Sunday, June the 4th. And as we are in Gemini season, I would love to send the reminder to you all that a mental health check-in is what this season brings a great opportunity for. So it's a good idea to just take stock of where you're at, how your mental health is doing, what could be done to help support or assist what is going on for you in your mind space. Check in with friends, check in with family. And just, this is a place that we may avoid, we may overlook, but it is so essential, and it's definitely going to come up in this big Mercury energy, as that is the planet that rules Gemini, and it is very mental energy focused, as well as the fact that Gemini is an air sign, and all of the air signs have an affinity for our mental state. With the exception of the full moon in Sagittarius that is happening on Saturday, this week is generally pretty quiet. And I feel that, last week was a relatively quiet week as well, so we're getting an opportunity to really integrate the big energies from the eclipses that we have gone through. So make sure you sort of check in with yourself in general and see how these things are going for you. And when we have a quiet week, as we do this week, it is such a great opportunity to feel in how the astro energies are landing for you in regards to the moon, because the moon, of course, is going to move through the various signs, several in a week, and give you a feel for the energies of these signs and how they emotionally land for you. This week in particular, we're starting off with the moon in Libra. So today, Monday, we have the moon in Libra, and the Libra moon energy is very relationship oriented. You can tune into how you are feeling about relationships. How are you feeling about conflict, which is a big relationship topic. Libra tends to avoid conflict. It is very conflict adverse. And a lot of times when I say this to someone with strong Libra energy, the response is, yeah, of course, aren't we all? But the truth is that no, we're not all conflict adverse. And actually, conflict is very essential for evolving relationships. So in order to evolve relationships, we need to be able to talk about topics that may be difficult and may be intense. And in this moon in Libra energy, it's a perfect time to go there if you have been considering that. Wednesday, we're going to have moon void, of course, and that means that the moon is not making any aspects for an 8, almost 9-hour period of time that starts around 11 a.m. So this is going to dictate much of our day on Wednesday. It would not be a day to make any big plans, because in the void of course energy, the plans may come to naught, because the moon void, of course, is a time when the moon is not making any aspects or connections with other planets, and it's a very unusual thing for the moon. So we take the moon's lead during this time. We don't make any big plans because there's not any astro energy to support them really, and they may come to naught, meaning that they may not come to any results, especially results that we may intend them to come to. So it's best to lay low. And we're also going to have the moon enter Scorpio on Wednesday, and so that you can reflect on the energies of Scorpio. This is energy, I think again it's good to notice how we are in relationships under a Scorpio moon, because actually Scorpio is a sign that's very relationship oriented. However, Scorpio is much more boundaried, whereas the Libra energy is so gung-ho about relationships. It is very unboundaried. And I was just speaking to a friend that has very strong Scorpio energy about how we're incredibly careful about who we accept friend requests from on social media. And I think that there's like one way of doing it, and then there's another way of doing it. There's people that have thousands and thousands of friends, and they are very unboundaried about who they allow into their realm. And then this Scorpio energy is much more likely to be boundary, to scope people out before they accept them. But the interesting thing about the Scorpio energy is that once they have accepted you, when you're in with a Scorpio, you are in. And that's a beautiful part of this Scorpio energy. They're incredibly loyal. So they have this strong discretion, but they're also incredibly loyal. So just notice this energy for yourself, on Wednesday and Thursday. Around relationships, you may feel that you are more intuitive with this water moon energy. You may feel that you are interested in really diving deep into a topic, and you could even become very obsessive regarding a topic in this energy. It's very interesting to note how this would resonate with you. On Friday, we have the first actual aspect happening, and that is that Venus in the sign of Cancer is trining Neptune in Pisces. So after you've potentially had some time to lay low this week, this would be more of a day to get out, enjoy nature, enjoy relationships with others. This is when you would really be able to see the beauty of life, appreciate the beauty of nature. This is where we could see a renewal of our compassion and understanding of humanity. This is beautiful energy. It's very romantic energy, so you could plan around that as well. Perhaps Friday would be a great date night. Hint, hint, for anybody that may be listening to this and want to take their wives out for a date. Friday's a great day to do that. Now on Saturday, that is when we're going to have the big energy of the full moon in Sagittarius. And this actually happens Saturday evening for those in the Eastern time zone. It's right before midnight. I'll be uploading my full report on this full moon and my video very soon in the next few days. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, what I will say about this particular full moon is that it is going to be less intense than the previous full moons of our eclipse season. It's happening on a less intense axis, that being the Sag-Gemini axis, and it is going to be more upgrade energy. I see this is happening in the third eye, an expansiveness that is thematically shown in this Sag-Gemini axis. The way that I see upgrade energy is that we have both physical and we have, this emotional or spiritual upgrade. I feel that they are rather inseparable. But in this particular energy, we're being anchored in the physical with the strong Taurus energy, as we still have many planets in Taurus during this particular full moon happening in Sagittarius and Gemini. As I'm sure you realize that we will be having the sun in Gemini while the moon is across the sun in Sagittarius. This is the learning axis, so we have lots of mental expansion in this particular full moon energy. Again, this is reflective of that Sagittarius energy of the wisdom that we will be receiving, and I will speak more to this in my video. However, the interesting point that I want to say is that this energy is conjunct the galactic center, and this opens a portal of sorts from which we can receive galactic downloads. Following this energy on Sunday, we have Mercury in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and this is where all of those insights are going to start to be integrated into our physical bodies. And this is big breakthrough energy. This is seeing something in a new way that we may not have seen before. This is also shocking insights potentially. But again, after we've had this beautiful Sagittarius full moon energy, we're getting insights that come from an expansive place. This can also show up as surprise elements or shocks related to the earth, because this again is in the sign of Taurus. That's an earth sign, and can be seen as related to earthquakes, to volcanic eruptions, to big cataclysmic happenings here on Earth. Before I go, I want to remind you that I will be at the Holistic Healing and Wellness Fair in Olean, New York, Lincoln Park Pavilion, on June 25th from 11 to 4 p.m. And I'm going to be offering $20 20-minute Astro readings. These are quick readings for anyone that hasn't had an Astro reading before. You can get a taste of what your chart has to say for you. If you are interested in signing up with me, you can get in touch with me at CourtneyBuk@gmail.com, and you can also find that through my Substack account as well. Hey, so that is the report for this week, and I will be back tomorrow with your daily transit report. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to this astrology forecast. If you enjoyed it, I encourage you to like or comment and share it with your friends and encourage them to subscribe. If you'd like to find out more about my astrology readings, you can go to courtneybuk.wixsite.com/astrology. There you'll find a list of the readings that I offer.